Alright, show me the story of the arrowhead. Back into the scrying pool we go. Hi guys, and welcome to another video. We're back at the Watchtower Coast. We are Keiran Thackeray. I hope you guys liked that cliffhanger. I thought it looked really lame when I was editing it. I did like wave goodbye, but I was like, no, I'll cut it right after I say we're Keiran. And yeah, so we are here in the Watchtower Coast. This is the first of, I think it's 4. I might be wrong. It might be 6. For some reason I want to say 6, but I'm pretty sure it's 4 mini missions where you get to play as Keiran Thackeray and learn firsthand what happened to him. I think this is really cool. I remember there was an interview with ArenaNet just as this came out where they essentially explained that a lot of people get annoyed with a lot of the characters in this game, where the characters get credit for having done something really awesome, but because the players don't really see it or appreciate it because of the mechanics of the game, they always feel like they've been a little bit fobbed off with the story, namely Cormier. That's the one that always springs to my mind. Everyone thinks that Cormier was completely useless in the story, just because she was useless in the gameplay mechanics. So what they decided to do here with Keiran was actually let you play as him. So now, because you've played as him, because you've done something, a lot more of the players actually end up thinking, oh hey, yeah, Keiran did do quite a lot, this is pretty awesome. His skill bar actually is pretty cool. The bonus mission pack gave you, they were essentially unique skills. There were some cool unique skills, and it gave you some interesting skills in there as well that you couldn't get elsewhere in the game, like Spectral Agony, or like Togo's ability where he got to summon 3 spirits, which at the time when that was released you couldn't do. But on this occasion, you actually get an entire skill bar full of completely unique skills here. So I haven't played this for ages, so I'm going to be learning this as we go through, just as you guys are. So we get all these different skills. You get Keiran's sniper shot, which is a bow attack, deals 50 damage, inflicts bleeding, plus 900 damage, has a 25% chance of dealing 900 damage, and 100% chance if the target is marked. Now you might be thinking, what do you mean marked? Well, that's a mechanic that will come into play in a little while, which is actually really, really cool. We've also got a gravestone marker, 35 damage, will cripple and knock people down. I'm just going to have to learn this through use, really, aren't I? This one inflicts a deep wound if they're bleeding, so I suppose you have to bleed them first and then do that. A rain of arrows hits up to 3 targets. That kind of seems a little bit like, that makes me think, the name anyway, makes me think of Barrage from Guild Wars 2. Relentless Assault, lose up to 3 conditions, deal plus 20 damage and poison the target if it attacks. And we get our self-heal skill, which is a stance that heals me and any allies within earshot. Just up ahead we can see some enemies. They're allies at the moment, but they'll be enemies shortly enough. The things we'll be fighting here, as you might guess, are Peacekeepers. We've kind of gone back in time a little bit here. This is while we were in our epic fight, or our massive run down to Lion's Arch. This is kind of all going on parallel to that stuff. That's a really cool tower over there. I've never really noticed that before. So that's kind of the time that's going on here, and we'll see what happens. So Keiran's alone. I guess he's already buried Langmar. This must be the day before the night when the final battle takes place, and he's alone here, and he's going to get stopped on the road by these Peacekeepers. Enough jibber jabber, let's go forward. So the White Mantle Zealot says, this one's been following us. What's your name, girl? And there's a person here called Miku. Hey, I'm the one asking questions here. Where's the one called Danthor? Okay, who's Danthor? You dare to make demands of us? Here, let me show you how we deal with your insolence. Oh dear. So there's 3 of them. Obviously, it is all balanced around the fact this is a solo mission. So we kind of say to ourselves, ooh, this isn't good. Miku says, hey, I've seen far worse in my life than the likes of you. Now, answer my question. Well, she's got balls, I'll give her that. Definitely not good. You there, your fight is with me. Oh, okay, so we kind of throw ourselves right in there. I mean, being a hero, I suppose. Oh, God, this isn't good, actually. Wow, they're really hitting me. Yeah, so being a hero, we jump right in there. It is a solo mission. I actually really like the balance of these. I remember they could be quite hard. There are certain things, obviously, where it's a solo mission, it is all specifically balanced around certain stuff. I need to be working with Miku. I'll explain this mechanic in a minute. So our skill 1 just did max damage. I'll explain why that did max damage in a second. There's actually some cool mechanics going on here. I think generally it's a good idea, if you're going to be playing alongside me, it's a very good idea to just fight whoever Miku's fighting. Usually that will probably work out quite nicely for you. She's got a lot of different unique skills herself. As we can see here, she's using Withering Blade, Venom Fang, all these different kinds of skills. And all the skill icons for her skills as well look really assassin-like. They follow the same colour scheme, just like these ranger ones do. It almost makes me wish that there were a few more skills added to the game. And I know that's a ridiculous thing to say, because like I literally just did a video about how stupid it was how many skills there are in Guild Wars 1. But just the idea of more being added does, I can't help but be a little bit excited by it. Anyway, so they die, and and Miku and Keiran start speaking. They say, so she says, so tell me, do you make a habit of showing off in front of girls? What? It was only my intention to help. A hand you were very eager to lend, Mr. Just call me Keiran. Well then, Keiran, please call me Miku. Now, can you help me find Danthor? And why should I do that? I've got some place that I need to get back to. Yeah, we're kind of trying to get to the Eye of the North. We've got to find Gwen. Oh, wait, are we going to Lion's Arch at the moment? I think we're going to Lion's Arch, aren't we? Well, mind you, if he's already buried Langmar, it could be even later than that, to be honest. Miku replies with, and yet you aren't there. I think you'll help me for the same reasons you stepped in. Now, let's go. And we kind of say to ourselves, what have I gotten myself into? These kind of pieces of speech here in parentheses, you don't really see anywhere else in Guild Wars. I suppose they had to make do with the fact that we are, in fact, in a solo mission here, so they kind of have Keiran talk to himself every now and then. However, most of the content here, when you're playing as Keiran at the very least, we are going to be alongside Miku. Miku, who ends up being a pretty big character, in fact. Most of Winds of Change is to do with her. And you actually get to really fight alongside her here, because these skills she's got, there's one in particular that she uses. Oh man, that skill 4 is really nice actually. It's got some good AoE on it. Her skill 4 is an ability called Promise of Death. Okay, now there's an assassin skill in the game already called Assassin's Promise, which is an elite skill, and essentially what that does is it will hex a target for a very short period of time, and it has a huge cooldown on it. However, if the target that was hexed dies, then it gives the assassin a load of energy and it recharges all of their skills, including the hex itself. So essentially it's one of these skills, the Assassin's Promise anyway, it's one of these skills where you cast it on something and then but you only cast it if you're sure that the target's going to die, because if they don't die, you lose it, it goes on massive cooldown and you don't get the recharge. So that's kind of the way it works. And Miku's skill is kind of an adaptation of that. Her mark, however, doesn't do anything. What it does is it means that your skill 1, out of her skills alone, it doesn't do anything, but it does mean that our skill 1, will then have a 100% chance to deal plus 900 damage to whatever hits it. So, as a result, you actually have to synergize with Miku while you're playing in these missions. You've got to watch out for what she's doing. You'll see my chat is being spammed like mad here. She just keeps saying, I'm using Promise of Death, I'm using Promise of Death. That's so that you know exactly who's hexed. You can see obviously on their health bar as well when they're hexed. There are no other hexes being used. I don't have any hexes. She doesn't have any hexes aside from that. So if you see that little purple downward mark, then you can be pretty damn sure that, hey, yes, now you should use skill 1. So it's very, very small. That's the only real synergy I think that there is, like, or so explicitly that I'm aware of, between the two characters. But it does, oh, and she died there, really? But it does mean quite a lot. Wait, do we get game over if she dies? No, she should res after a while. I think most NPCs do. If she doesn't res after a while, I'll be very upset. I'm sure she does. I don't remember having troubles with her being dead. But yeah, so basically, even though it's these two skills, it really opens your eyes. You have to be a lot more aware of what's going on around you. Please, come on, Miku, get up. I was supposed to save you. What are you doing? Just please stand up, Miku. Oh my god. Oh, there we go. There we go. Yeah, I thought she was going to stay alive. She says, what do you want? Are you staring at me? Do you want some of this? Do you? So yeah, she's a little bit feisty. We'll learn a lot about her as we go forward. So yeah, there's all kinds of different things people recommend you do here. Her aggro range is shorter than sort of most aggro ranges of enemies and NPCs and stuff in the game. So you can take advantage of that in interesting ways. Like for instance here, she's not fighting and I've just done a load of damage to some of the White Mantle. I've kind of pulled right back. Oh no, now she's there. Wait, when did she go in? Have I just been an idiot? Has she been there the whole time? So you want to watch out for who she's going for. I've heard all kinds of different bits of advice on sort of what to do and when. Like, for example, a lot of people say that because her aggro range is lower, you should keep peppering, keep attacking targets that are really far away. Did I almost just die there? No. You should keep attacking targets that are really far away, and then as soon as you see her call the mark, just quickly swap to whoever it is, spike them out in one hit, and then go back to peppering the other characters. That way you avoid the issue of spending like 5 minutes trying to kill a single mob, and then all of a sudden you get the 100% chance to kill them, and then it's kind of like that effort is wasted. So if you swap targets in that way, it makes the fighting a lot easier and a lot more effective. I don't know how I'll do really, because I haven't played this, as I said, for quite a while, so who knows how this all goes, who knows, but I generally remember the way that we've got to go. I remember kind of what's going on. I think, actually, we've missed out something. I think I say that, and I think I've gone the wrong way already, but we can come up here. What we want to do, I know for a fact that one thing we want to do is go towards where the arrowhead is. You'll notice when I press U, there's no directions. Where am I supposed to be going? What the hell's going on here? And that's simply because it's one of those things, needle in a haystack, just like the actually finding the arrowhead in the first place was. It's one of those situations where you're going to have to run around. I don't like how long Relentless Assault takes to activate. That was kind of worrying. But yeah, you're going to be wandering around trying to figure out exactly where to go. Eventually, you do get a general idea of the direction Keiran was moving in. And I remember specifically when I first started playing this, it didn't take too long for me to realise in later missions, oh, hey, yeah, I'm going... Did you see those guys falling out of the sky? That's hilarious. That's them spawning in. So it didn't take me too long to figure that kind of stuff out. But, yeah, you probably will be spending a long time wandering around. Unless, of course, you're watching me play, in which case you kind of skip out on all of that. So, yay for that. What else really was there interesting about the missions? There's some cool dialogue here, but generally, it's a shame there's not that much going on with them. As I said, there's not that much going on with the Hearts of the North in total. It does change up the formula a little bit later on, but for the moment, it's kind of... We get to play as Keiran, which is a bit of a thrill, I suppose, and we get to... the missions themselves aren't anything like the Warring Kreiter were, and this is one of the reasons why I don't consider it to be a whole new chapter on its own. A, it's short. B, they didn't really do that much different. It just kind of feels like they've tacked onto the end, particularly when you consider the rewards for the Winds of Change, because the rewards are essentially exactly the same as the Warring Kreiter stuff. You will get medals of honor and stuff for completing these. If you actually press L, you'll see... Oh, no, it does... No, it doesn't say. See, if you press L, you can't actually see that it gives you any medals, but it does give you medals. That is a reward here. It's one of those deals where the quest is automatically added, and it's also automatically... I shouldn't be engaging with skill 1, really, should I? It's automatically added, and then it's also automatically... I should also be aiming for whatever monks there are about. Automatically rewarded to you, so yeah. But yeah, that's about it. What else did I really have to talk about? Oh yeah, at the start of this video, actually, I was doing a little bit of research on the Winds of Change at the start of the video, and I was like, okay, all right, what's this? And it turns out on Wiki, right? If you go to the Guild Wars Beyond stuff, first there's a really cool logo on Wiki. I don't know if it's fan made. I never saw it on any official ArenaNet channels or anything like that. But there's a really cool. Oh, here we go. Here's some of the dialogue. This is where the arrowhead was, of course. And Keiran says, "Why are you so intent on finding Danthor?" And she says, "I'd finally found a home here in Kreiter. He took that away. He branded my loved ones traitors. They were all that I had left." Oh dear, really? I feel like I'm missing some dialogue as well, where we kind of went the long way around. Keiran says, "I'm sorry, I didn't know." She says, "Hey, a face like yours isn't meant for sadness. Don't dwell on the past, and we'll do what we can for the future." So she's kind of feisty, but you'll find she's quite upbeat as well. Yeah, I think I may have missed some dialogue. I'm going to cut it. I'm just going to walk around that little path there. If we've got some dialogue there, then fine. If we don't, I'll see you guys back here in a sec. Yeah, no, there was no dialogue, so we're just going to keep going along this path here. But yeah, as I was saying, on Wiki, there's a really cool logo for Guild Wars Beyond, which I saw, and also each of the individual chapters of Guild Wars Beyond have also got their own little header image thing, and that image is actually really cool. And just before I was filming this video, I was playing around with getting that image because I thought that would look so good to be down here in the bottom left-hand corner at the start of each video, fade in and then fade back out. But it ended up looking really pixelated and crappy, which kind of sucks. Also, just now when I just realised when we were fighting over there off camera, I've been a little bit of a moron actually, because if you look, all these different things, this inflicts extra conditions if they're already bleeding, and this one does stuff if they're already weakened, and those are all conditions that Miku are applying. So when I said earlier, oh no, this is the only thing with synergy, no, actually there's quite a lot of synergy going on here, which is really cool. It's not as the depth doesn't go much further than, oh hey, target what Miku's targeting, I suppose. I mean, excluding what I mentioned about maybe peppering away at other characters in the background, particularly monks would be a good idea, I must say. There we go. Was a bit stupid not targeting the monk earlier, but yeah, so I think it's quite cool. Especially, they obviously put some nice thought into these skills. These skills are going to be the only skills you'll be using through the bonus mission pack. I always hear people complaining about that kind of stuff. Oh, it's so boring using the same skills. Well, to be honest, it's only, 4 or 5 missions here, this bonus mission pack style missions, so it's not so bad. It's not the same as the bonus mission pack. Wait, did Miku just die, or is she? Oh no, she's already in there. It's not the same as the bonus mission pack, obviously, because on that one you were actually playing for quite a long time. But I think it's definitely bearable. I certainly had a lot of fun. I guess if you don't know where you're going and you end up wandering around for ages and ages, because don't get me wrong, this whole explorable area, right? The entire explorable area is full of enemies here. You can go anywhere you want. There's just no real reason to go anywhere except for obviously the right way to go, which is generally going to be going west. I'll just tell you that straight away. We're just going to be keep heading west, and hopefully something good will happen as we move forward. I know that there's a lot of dialogue to be seen, and the reason why I was scared that we we hadn't seen some was because like, we've only seen 2 of it so far. If the event does happen where I've missed some of the dialogue, I am sorry about that, and we'll be sure to have it in the descriptions or something like that. Because, I mean, it's not something that I'm really worried about for the other one. I mean, I suppose I could just get off my ass and actually look at the maps a little bit more closely in the future, but we will see. I don't know whether they could be asking a little bit too much. Oh yeah, actually, there was something else I kind of wanted to talk about in other news. You guys might remember a while ago, was it at the end of Eye of the North I was talking about this, that I wanted to do this? I've kind of got this idea for a series thing that I've been wanting to do, where we kind of sum up the story of Guild Wars over a series of like 10-minute videos or something. I've for so long been thinking of doing something like this, right? You guys have no idea. For so long I've been thinking of it. It's had all kinds of different forms, like, you know, full half-an-hour videos for just a tiny part of each of the campaigns, down to like trying to sum everything up in 60 seconds and stuff like that. Well, it must be like a monthly thing for me, because every month I'm kind of going back to thinking about it. So I'm not 100% saying it will happen, but I am definitely thinking about doing something in the near future where we kind of do 10-minute videos dealing with not necessarily one campaign per video. Like, for example, I'd kind of like to do Prophecies, where we go a 10-minute video, but the first video is just Ascalon, like to do with the fall of Ascalon, and ends sort of as the characters reach Kryta. And then I do another video that's kind of a summary, another 10-minute videos. They'd all be 10 minutes, I think. I think that sounds quite good, like lore in 10 minutes and then a specific aspect. And then sort of the second one would be to do with Kryta, the White Mantle, why they survived the Char invasion, stuff like that. And it would kind of end, I don't know, just at the start of the Crystal Desert, I think, and then another 10 minutes for the last bit of Prophecies, and then kind of you have it all together, and then I do it for the other campaigns and stuff. It's an idea that's really, really, really exciting me, and I want kind of let me know what you guys think about it, because I do really want to do it, but I don't know how long it will take to do the videos and stuff, and I do still want to start another Let's Play. Like, I'm still doing the dungeon videos. I know we filmed that last dungeon ages ago, but since I lost the commentary, so that I don't feel like I'm kind of saying the same thing over and over and over again as we redo those dungeons, I'm actually recording those vlogs just before they get uploaded, so I'm still doing that. And when I finish that, I do kind of want to still Let's Play another game, so I wouldn't want to sort of interrupt any of those plans or anything, but yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking of there, guys. Do let me know what you think along those lines, because I don't know, I've been thinking about it so much, I kind of want to do it, but yeah, so let me know. Okay, so here's Danthor all the way over there. He's actually allied at the moment, but Miku says, "Danthor, turn and face me." He says, "I don't have time for this. I must see that this plan is set into motion." Plan? Really? Yeah, so the plot does thicken. There is a side to the White Mantle. There is a part of the Warring Kryta, a story of the war. See, this is the thing as well, like, all the story really, at least at the start here, is still all about the Warring Kryta. That's why I do feel like it was a little, I don't know, I don't want to say it was cheap of the developers to call this another chapter, because at the end of the day, they did write more content for the game, so they're entitled to saying that it was, oh no, he just rezzed up. Please, no, Grasping Earth, there we go, removed a hex. We're going to have to wait for Miku to come back alive here, because I'm telling you, I'm fucked otherwise. Come on, get away. Yeah, that's right, run away. Run away. She's probably respawned over there now, actually, so if I keep just hitting this guy nice and slowly. Yeah, look at how spread out they all are. Yeah, she's alive way back there at the back. You'll see on the compass there, she's going to run over this hill in a second. This guy can't do anything. This is the most fun thing about being a ranger. I've never really enjoyed being a ranger that much in Guild Wars 1. Granted, I've never really played one that much, you know, outside of doing it in Fort Aspenwood or stuff. But actually, this is probably what I'd enjoy most. Just walking away, crip shot someone, and then just run back and walk away a little bit and keep running back. So there we go, they're dead, but Danthor got away. She says, "I can't believe his cowardice. He ran. He was headed to the Maguma jungle. Let's press on." So yeah, they actually reveal. Everybody was expecting Keiran to sort of be heading north or something, or going to one of these weird places. And right at the end of this first little mini mission, we learn that, oh, holy crap, he's headed towards the Maguma jungle. He's kind of heading that way. Obviously, he's still right in the thick of Kryta here. He's nowhere near the Maguma jungle, but that's where he's heading, in a place where obviously none of the Eben Vanguard would think to look. So we come back to the Hall of Monuments. Obviously, that was a long time ago now, and we've just seen it in the pools, the still waters, and the vision has evaporated. narrated. Gwen says, Keiran, he's alive. Thank the six. I was so worried that I thought I'd lost someone else close to me. You'd already lost him. You shunned him. Jesus. I don't think I could stand going through that pain again. But where is he now? And why isn't he here? And wait, who was that with him? Oh yes, a potential threat. I definitely missed some dialogue. Yeah, because there's this funny bit of dialogue between Keiran and Miku where he's like, "Oh, you fight well with your blades," and she's like, "Oh, it's my blades you're looking at, is it?" And he's like, "Yes." So yeah, I'll have to be in the description. Anyway, so Gwen's maybe a little bit jealous. She says, I need to know more, please. I know I've asked a lot of you in the past, but I know that I can trust you with this. It's important. Please, find Keiran or find some trace of where he's gone. I have to be... Well, no. Okay, she's not really lazy. She's in charge of the Even Vanguard now, so I can let her off for having to stay up here at the Eye of the North. But yeah, that's basically the formula, guys. We will be starting off next episode trying to find the next item to get into the next mini-mission and learning more of what's gone on with Keiran. Who's this Miku woman? What's all this stuff? Yeah, check the description for that little bit of dialogue. Where the hell was I supposed to go to read that? It's really quite good. But yeah, okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. There we go. I forgot Charlie again. I need to stop forgetting Charlie.